are you? Good morning. Looks like we're all ready to go. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2020 Seniors of Distinction Awards. To open today's ceremony, I would appreciate it if Emma Relis, Inuit Elder, and a 2020 Senior of Distinction Award winner would come forward to lead us in prayer. Emma? Nice to see you again.
Good morning, everyone. Please stand for the opening prayer. Lord God, our Creator, thank you for this day, this beautiful distinction awards for people that volunteer their time and help people in need. Grant us the power to do this every day. God bless all the people that are homeless, that are sad, depressed, involved in situations. God bless them and give them strength every day to carry on what they can do. As an residential school survivor, I am proud to say and give honor to the people that had trust and faith in me to where I'm at today. I have a lot of help from people, and I like to give help back, because if I didn't get the help that I got, I wouldn't be here today. And I thank all the people that's here to get recognition. There are people that should be proud of themselves and had a lot of support from their families and friends to be where they're at today. And for the government that gives us support with First Light, the place that put me where I'm at today. They gave me courage and strength to carry on, and my family that was behind me. I thank you, Creator, for all you do, and give us all the strength every day to carry on, to do what we like to do. In your name I pray, amen. Amen. Thank you.
Thank you, Emma. I think your words are very special to us all. And thank you for opening the ceremony. I guess the first thing I'm going to do, for those who I haven't had the pleasure of meeting today, my name is Brian War, and I'm the Minister of Children, Seniors, and Social Development, Minister responsible for Newfoundland Labrador Housing Corporation, and Minister responsible for persons with disabilities. It's my pleasure to MC your event today. For those who have attended this event in the past, you will notice that we are doing things a little differently this year because of COVID-19. While we did offer you the option of attending a virtual event, I know most of you have chosen to attend this in person on this special occasion, and we're so happy to have you here. With that in mind, we have consulted extensively with public health, and we do have some guidelines from them that we need to respect to ensure that we do this as safely as possible. So before we get started, let's go over some of those guidelines and housekeeping items. As you see, you have an assigned table, and we ask you not to switch tables. Please ensure you're wearing your mask when you move around the room. This includes the recipients when you come forward to receive your awards. You can remove your mask for photos and when you speak after receiving your award. Please practice safe physical distancing and follow all the signage in the building, including directional arrows on the floor. We also ask you to clean your hands frequently, and as we provided hand sanitizer at each table for your convenience. Sanitation stations are also provided throughout the building. Washrooms are located out the main door and to your left. Please turn your cell phones off or set them on silent if you haven't already done so. Be much appreciated. Also, it's very exciting that for the very first time, the Seniors of Distinction Awards are being webcast with the help of staff here at the Emera Innovation Exchange. This means that your family, friends, and community members can watch you receive this honor from their own homes. Now that we have all that covered, let's begin. Today is National Seniors Day, and it's also designated by the United Nations as the International Day of Older Persons. I am pleased to say that the United Nations flag is flying at Confederation Building, and I've also signed a proclamation to recognize this day. So it is truly fitting that we're here to honor 5 seniors who are leaders in their communities. There are some staff from my department who deserve a huge thank you today for organizing this wonderful event. Henry Kiley, Director of Seniors and Aging, and Dana Feltham, the division's program specialist. You've done an amazing job, so thank you for all your hard work. I'm also pleased to welcome Deputy Minister from our department, Susan Walsh, and Assistant Deputy Minister, Aislinn Gauguin. My sincere appreciation also to the members of the Selection Committee. Marie Downey, a member of the Provincial Advisory Council on Aging and Seniors. Noreen Kareen, a 2019 Senior of Distinction and member of the Provincial Advisory Council on Aging and Seniors. And Krista Hutchings, who represents the Department of Children, Seniors, and Social Development. As well, thank you to the Emera Innovation Exchange and staff for hosting us here today. I certainly want to welcome many of my colleagues here from the House of Assembly who are joining us here today. As I look around, anyway, welcome to you all. We have some other special guests here as well today. Certainly like to recognize Dr. Susan Brake, Newfoundland Labrador's senior advocate, seated here in the front. Marie Saint-Aubin, President of Newfoundland and Labrador Association of Union Retirees. Robert Rogers, President of Newfoundland and Labrador 50+ Federation. Sharon Callahan, representing the Newfoundland and Labrador Seniors Coalition. Kelly Hayes, Executive Director of Seniors NL, and members of the Provincial Advisory Council on Aging and Seniors, who I had the pleasure of joining yesterday morning for breakfast, and got an opportunity to meet them all, and so glad that you have come here today as well, and we're glad to have you. This year we received 28 nominations, all of which described incredible seniors who make a tremendous contribution to our society. The members of the Selection Committee certainly had their work cut out for them, but they have done a wonderful job in choosing 5 recipients, and I am thrilled to offer my warmest congratulations to all of you. You are all exceptional leaders and mentors, and this makes you outstanding role models for all of us. This year, we are honored to have Premier Andrew Furey with us for this very special occasion. I would like now to invite Premier Furey to come forward and share his thoughts on the important contributions that seniors make in our province every day. Premier Furey.
It certainly is all weird, isn't it? Masks, I'm used to wearing them in my old job, not in the new job. Thank you, Minister War, and thank you all for being here today. This is such a perfect opportunity to recognize our seniors on National Seniors Day and International Day of Older Persons as designated by the United Nations. It was great, actually. I just came from the Confederation Building to see the flag of the UN flying out there proudly in recognition of such an important day. Our government certainly appreciates what seniors do to enrich our province, and we recognize many seniors face unique challenges in their everyday lives, especially in the face of COVID-19. Supporting seniors to be more active and engaged in their communities is part of our vision to create healthier communities and contribute to overall better health outcomes. To help achieve those goals, in Budget 2020, we are investing $95,000 for an annual Newfoundland and Labrador age-friendly community grant program, $300,000 for Newfoundland and Labrador Community Transport Program, and more than $200,000 for Seniors Social Inclusion Initiative. We will also continue to work closely with Newfoundland and Labrador 50+ Federation, Seniors NL, and the Provincial Advisory Council on Aging and Seniors to support seniors and older adults throughout Newfoundland and Labrador. Because seniors really are the backbone of our towns, our cities, our families, and our communities. So thank you, everyone, for all the wonderful things you do to your communities and for our province in general. We are all better for your contributions. Today, though, we are here to recognize 5, in particular, outstanding seniors who are known for their involvement in their communities and for their willingness to share their time, talents, and wisdom. I hope you already know how much your communities and your province appreciate each and every one of you. We are fortunate to have the opportunity to learn from you as you give of yourselves to make the province a better place. So without further ado, if it's okay, Minister, where did he go? There he is right in front of me. Now it's time to recognize each of the 2020 Seniors of Distinction. I invite each recipient to please come to the microphone here to the, well, there's supposed to be a microphone to the left. Over there. There he is. It's tough to see up here. It's the lights, I think. As I read a couple of highlights from your biographies, you can take you can stand next to the microphone there, and then the Minister War and I will join you for a photo and would be delighted if you would share a few thoughts with everyone here today. So, our first recipient, Doris Butt. Doris Butt's children will tell you that when they were growing up, it was like having a bolt of lightning for a mother. I can appreciate that. From being the founder and leader of many community groups throughout Corner Brook, to fundraising, church groups, sports teams, Girl Guides, and serving as a foster parent, Doris has had a lifelong commitment to health and the well-being of children, beyond just her own even. Congratulations, Doris. You are a 2020 Senior of Distinction.
Well, this is certainly a great honor. I would like to express my appreciation to those who nominated me and those who supported the nomination, and also to the committee for their dedication and I'm sure going through a lot of very worthwhile applications and selecting the ones they did. I really appreciate it. When Lloyd and I were first married 48 years ago, we had a decision to make. We could go to Toronto, where all the big money was in that day, or we could stay home. We chose to stay. Through the years, as we have worked and raised our family, we have both been heavily involved with all kinds of community groups, church groups, school groups, and every possible way that we could help out, we did. And we were in Girl Guides, Scouts, many other groups, and we've got a few stories to share about coming down the Humber River in a duct tape canoe. And other such stories. It's always been wonderful to be involved in the community. Our children pursued their education at home here at Memorial, but they also went off the island. And they attended various universities in other areas. And they lived and worked away for a while, but they all came home. And now They are community leaders volunteering in various groups and helping support their communities. I was born and raised in the Petries area of Corner Brook, and I lived there all my life. And it was such a privilege to be able to reach out in the community and help out whenever I could. And my volunteer work all started in my early teenage years when my mother would offer my services to babysit for the neighbors' children. And she'd always caution me, now don't you take any money. If they offer you money, don't take it. You only do this to help out. So her words rang true for all my life. I always did what I possibly could to help out. And along the way, I met and worked with a lot of fabulous and wonderful people, and we've had such life-enriching experiences together. So at this time, I would like to say a huge thank you to the province of Newfoundland and Labrador, of which I am extremely proud to be a member and lived here all my life. And I would like to say thank you very much for this honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Doris. We're all certainly glad you decided to make that decision as you did to stay so many years ago. Next, we have Lloyd Colburn. Volunteering is a part of the fabric that makes Lloyd who he is, as he served on almost every committee in his hometown of Roberts Arm, as well as 35 years on the town council. Lloyd is a member of Roberts Arm's Seniors Peer Advocate Group and is vice chairperson of Active Living for Older Adults. With the onset of COVID-19, he helped his community secure grants to support seniors and others struggling with this time of pandemic. Congratulations, Lloyd. You are a 2020 Senior of Distinction.
And also the selection committee for selecting me as a 2020 Senior of Distinction. And I certainly have enjoyed doing volunteer work, not only in Roberts Arm, but throughout Green Bay and the Baybrook Peninsula during my probably 35 or 40 years of volunteering on various economic development organizations, and also the Town Council of Roberts Arm, of course, where I was mayor for a number of years, and a member of the council for over 30 years. And as I said, I really enjoyed volunteering, and I'm still very active in doing volunteer work, both at the local level and still at the Green Bay level. I also taught for 32 years, and I retired way back in 1992. So I feel that I'm not getting any younger for sure, but I still do a lot of walking. I walk 7 or 8 kilometers every day, and We have a very active older adults group, but of course, because of COVID, we're not allowed to have any meetings now, and we certainly miss that, although our board of directors still has meetings, and I learned all about having virtual meetings because we wasn't allowed to have in-person meetings until recently. So I look forward to continuing on as long as I'm in good health. And my daughters, I have 3 daughters, and of course they're also involved in volunteer work in their community, and they were all teachers, and one of my daughters is retired now from teaching and lives in Botwood, and she's here with me today, she and her husband and my oldest grandson. I also have 8 grandchildren altogether, and they're also involved or trying to get involved in volunteer work. So once again, I thank the government of Newfoundland for this tremendous selection to recognize the work of seniors. I think there's 5 selected each year, and I'm certainly congratulate the government when this award was started, and it's continued every year since. So once again, thank everybody who was a part of my selection. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Our next recipient is Rosemary Lester. Rosemary was born in the United Kingdom and is a Newfoundland and Labrador by choice. There's another immigrant. Yeah, we're doing well. She's a committed volunteer in the area of healthcare and seniors' well-being. Rosemary serves on the Patient Advisory Council of the Newfoundland and Labrador Support Unit, as well as on the Seniors NL Board of Directors. She's also involved in a wide variety of projects and research on issues facing seniors, including the formation of the Intergenerational Elder Abuse Committee. Congratulations, Rosemary, on you are a 2020 Senior of Distinction.
It is a great honour to have been selected for this award, and I would like to thank particularly the people at Seniors NL and Newfoundland Support who nominated me, and the committee who selected me. As the Premier said, as you can tell by my accent, I'm not a Newfoundlander by birth, but my husband and I came here in 1974, and we had opportunities to move, but we chose to stay here, and it was a really good decision. One of the things that I'm really most proud of is to see how Seniors NL has developed from a very fledgling organisation in 1990 to the Seniors Resource Centre to become the prominent seniors organisation that it is now in the province. And I'm also, following my retirement, I joined the Patient Advisory Council of Newfoundland Support. And that's been a real learning curve for me, learning more about the reality of research and how research works. And I think if I could recommend anything, it's that when you retire, take on new things and keep the brain moving and keep learning, because it's satisfying and it does keep you young. So thank you to all who have supported me throughout this journey, and to the province for initiating these awards and holding them every year, and showing the contribution that seniors make to this province. Thank you.
Thank you, Rosemary. Now we have Patrick, or Patty McNeil. Patty McNeil has become a go-to person in the community for all groups looking to fundraise, and we all know how difficult that can be at times. His commitment to his community ranges from his appointment as the deputy delegate on the Sexual Misconduct and Abuse Committee for the Diocese of Corner Brook to helping new Canadians in his neighborhood learn how to ride a bike. Fantastic. He also initiated the Paddy's Wagon food bank pickup with a group of volunteers during this trying time of COVID-19 and collected 2,500 pounds of food and over $6,000 from 554 individual donors. Congratulations, Patty. You are our 2020 Senior of Distinction.
Well, I didn't write a speech. I actually did, but the truck's not here yet. I'm honored to be here. There are so many, many good volunteers in our province. And I'm just one of them, like the rest of you. I thank the province for allowing me to come here today to accept this. I thank my sponsor for putting my name forward. And I know she's my best partner. She's my wife. I came to Newfoundland in 1977 as an RCMP officer at Glace Bay, Nova Scotia. And I readily adopted the province. I am a sensitive individual, believe it or not. I've done everything in police work that you would like to do, from a broken picket to a child crying to a homicide. I've went through the ranks and ended up going back to my home province for 3 years and then back to Newfoundland where I wanted to be. Everywhere I've been, there's people just like people in this room. They want to help. Sometimes they just need to be moved ahead. And you know what that's like. Kind of nudge them a bit, give them the idea, and they run with it. So after coming to Newfoundland, I met my wife by accident, literally. Somebody had run into her car. And unfortunate for her, and fortunate for me, the officer responding was a Frenchman who could speak very little English, even though he knew he was going to Harbor-le-Cou in Port aux Basques. So I had to come off the ball field and do some interpretation. The direct result of that, 38 years later, she's sitting down there, and she's my rock. We have a daughter that lives in Ottawa. I am so proud of. She's got her PhD in science, and she's a scientist for Health Canada. I am so honored and proud of her both and her husband. But the greatest news, I'm going to be a poppy. She's going to be a dad. I know my daughter's watching. She would be here today if she could be. We would not allow her to fly, not under these conditions. I didn't volunteer because I had to. I don't volunteer because I necessarily always want to, but I just think that there's so much of a need out there to help. And one of the greatest gifts that was given to me from my father and my grandfather was kindness. Kindness is free. It costs nothing to help someone else. And being a kid from a coal miner's family, you know we had nothing. That's the way it was in them days. But I've traveled all over Newfoundland, on the west coast, been stationed in Nain, Mary's Harbor, Goose Bay, Corner Brook, Major Crime, Antigonish, Nova Scotia, Grand Falls, Windsor. I have met so many remarkable people in this province. Absolutely, unbelievably, 10 times the person that I'll ever be. But they were the leaders, and you learn from them to help you do things right. We don't always get it right, but we try. So when we fail, we pick ourselves up and we start all over again, because people need we need them. Like I said, I didn't know I was supposed to speak today. I really don't like to speak. That's not true. No, I'm not going to be a politician. I'm not, no. But I will say this. Everywhere I've been, I didn't do this alone. It was always done with a team. And there's no I in team. And if we all go in the boat and we all row in the same direction, guess what? We'll hit the finish line. We will. Just like in the regatta. You'll hit the finish line and we're all going together. And this is one of the things where we're at right now. We have such a challenging time with COVID-19. So challenging. But so does the rest of the world. And because the rest of the world have such a challenge, we have to show them, I may not be from Newfoundland, but I'm a proud Newfoundlander. We need to show them the way. We need to show them the way. And we can do it if we all stay in that boat and we all row in that direction. We will get there. There will be a cure. Life will go on, and we will succeed. And on behalf of my wife, Sandra, and my friends that are here today, I'm proud of the Paddy Wagon Food Bank. That was basically done by myself and my wife because of COVID. She organized all the appointments, we picked up all the food, and then people started sending me money to the point that the bank called me and said, "What's going on with your account?" I said, "Ooh, they might be thinking I'm laundering money." But it wasn't. It was for the food bank. And the other thing I'm proud of is this. We have a music camp with 3 volunteers. Myself, Alvin, my guest here tonight, and Jerry Brake. We learn people of intergenerational age how to learn how to play basic guitar, of which we learned on our own. So we have 46 students from the age of 19 to 90 getting at their house, many of them seniors, learning to play the guitar for the first time, a goal they always wanted to do. Some of them now are better than us. So we're getting tips from them. At the end of the day, I'm hoping the meal is going to be wonderful. I thank Dana, seriously, our MHA Scott, who's out in the West Coast with us. He's traveled all the places you want to travel to. But you know what the amazing thing about Newfoundland is at the same time? Is that we can walk up to our politicians and we can call them by name. You do not see that on the mainland. You see that here. Why? Because they're just like us. They're just like us, trying to do the right things for us. I'm thankful of the award, but I will tell you this. There's probably 150 people more thankful, or should have probably received this had they put their name forward. And it's to all them volunteers and all those that are coming in the future that I say, thank you, keep doing what you're doing.
Well, thanks, Patty. That's a great message. Further proof that there are no accidents, I guess. Hey, another immigrant to the province. We're +2 here today. And last, but certainly not least, I'd like to recognize Miss Emma Reelis. Originally from Nain, Emma is described as having a passion for society, culture, and community health. And she adds tremendous value to her community. She spends much of her time offering prayers and land acknowledgements at various events throughout the province. And I'd like to thank you for reminding us again today about the intergenerational trauma in residential schools, especially with yesterday being Orange Shirt Day. As an Inuit leader, Emma is a mentor, cultural advisor, and role model, and has received the Diamond Jubilee Award for her work with youth, women, and Indigenous people, and has served as president and vice president for First Light. Congratulations, Emma. You are a 2020 Senior of Distinction.
Thank you. I don't know where to start, and I want to congratulate all the other Seniors of Distinction Awards and all your help and all you do in your communities. In 1982, I went to work at the Waterford Hospital in Food Service Department. In 2008, I retired, and I got involved with St. John's Native Friendship Center, now called First Light. I went down just for an AGM meeting, and I got swinged in to be nominated for on the board of directors and became president. And since that day on, that's where my life began, as I retired into what you would call a totally different life, a life that I really enjoyed with my culture, where I lost it as a child. And I want to thank Stacy House, coordinator, and she acting ED at the First Light, and for Susan O'Nalik, which is president now and doing a marvelous job. And I commend them for all the work that they do for their community and what they trusted in me to do what I have done today. Then, because growing up, never had, as an Inuit person, being called an Eskimo every day, going to school, wasn't going to amount to anything. And I thank my family and I thank the Creator from where I'm standing here today. I know there's a lot of seniors out there that deserve this award. And I never ever thought that, like I said in my prayer, that I would be standing here today. And I'm really proud of all the people that surround me and had faith in me to do what I do, which I thought I could never do. Being president and vice president of a board, never thought that would happen. And when Judge Iglarity, I don't know if you know, I'm sure you heard of him. He was one of my mentors too that got me on the board and said that, Emma, you gotta pass all this stuff, you gotta go on because you can do it. You're a strong Inuit woman and don't let no one tell you any different. So from that day on, here I am, just getting this award, and I want to thank everybody in this room and everybody elsewhere. And I gotta say to the Premier, I'm walking a lot better, as you can tell. He helped me with the needles in my ankles so I could walk better.
I'm not supposed to
thought
break
of
patient confidentiality. This was not a breach, just so you know.
But anyway, I want to thank everybody. They don't know what, I don't know how to say this, but everybody had faith in me, and I'm really proud and glad. And I thank the Creator, and I thank my family who thought that I could do what I'm doing. And I thank you very much. Thank you for my sponsors, and thank you. Thank you. Just thank you.
Thank you, Emma. Congratulations to all the recipients of the 2020 Seniors of Distinction. Let's give another round of applause. I'm frankly incredibly inspired by your generosity and your time commitment, and more importantly, to your commitment to not just community, but to making the province a better place. And if people outside the walls of the Confederation building and outside the walls of this great venue here today could hear these stories, and I hope they do, I think they'd be equally inspired to recognize what a special place Newfoundland and Labrador is, and to lean on Patty a little bit, that this too shall pass. And it's because of the work of people like you that we will emerge from this a stronger, more caring, more compassionate Newfoundland and Labrador. And that's largely because of the work that each of you do in your communities. So thank you very much. I wish I could stay for lunch. I'm sure it's going to be great. Thank you all, and congratulations again.
Anyway, I've got my my notes sort of disarranged, but I will say how the Premier's acknowledging it's his fault. Anyway, we sort of did this in reverse today, as you noticed. Normally we'd have a meal and certainly have our awards after, but we've decided to do a little bit different. But listen, I certainly want to say again on behalf of the Department of Children, Seniors and Social Development how happy we are again and the Government of Newfoundland and Labrador to host this event. You are also special people. Now you can see by the by the people that have been chosen here, your award winners, Seniors of Distinction award winners here today, how difficult the selection committee would have had in making those selections. To each of you, congratulations. Thank you so much for the work that you do in your different communities. And like I said, it's been a pleasure to hear some of your stories. Anyway, with no further ado, we'll enjoy our meal and again, have a great day. Thank you.
Maybe pull it out of the speakers over him. Kill those ones.